Two, one. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Unscripted Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Eduardo, and I'm here with my co-host, Edward. What is up, Edward?
Hi, Ed.
And this is a little different a little different podcast. Is a little different. Obviously we've been talking about the NFL lately, but the NBA had some breaking news on Saturday night.
I mean, before you lead up to it, I kind of have a little joke.
Uh,
So, Luka Doncic, Miles Garrett, and Cooper Cup walk into a bar. What do you think they're probably discussing right now?
like what the hell went wrong, or what?
I mean, it's just kind of weird that in the last 3 days, all three of those guys got something going
Yeah,
on, and all
yeah.
those seasons are still kind of going on.
Yeah, I mean, all different stories, but let's get into it. The story that broke literally headlines literally at midnight. Um, I was watching a boxing fight, and literally I saw my phone and it said Luka Doncic traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. As you can see right here in the background, he's a Laker. Um, and my first instinct, and I think a lot of people's first instinct is like this is a joke. I went on Twitter or X and I saw Sharania, the NBA insider, tweeted out, he got traded for Anthony Davis, and literally everybody thought that he got hacked, and I literally thought he was hacked, and I was like, there is no way they literally traded their franchise player away.
So,
And wait, well, let me just continue. And then I think
mm,
I would just sending, and then Shams confirmed that he said like I was not hacked. This is true, and Twitter exploded. I think I was sending you a message, and obviously I think you were either sleeping, you were probably sleeping, and like it was midnight here where we are at, and I was just like I was in total shock. That it was like there is no way this just happened. Um,
yes.
but yeah, go ahead. Like,
Yeah, you're right. I was knocked out. Woke up in the middle of the night, had to take a little bathroom break. So, and then once after that, I was already half awake. I just looked at my phone. I was Mavericks, Lakers, AD. My first thought was this is like one of those NBA Centel parody accounts. Then
yeah.
I was reading more into it. I was like, wait, what? Hold on, timeout. What? Like I was just mind blown upon reading it.
Like
Like
I
that whole thing broke the entire internet.
like obviously I think a lot of people like this does not normally happen. Like I'm just letting you know this normally does not happen unless a player requests a trade. Like Luka is 25 years old, not even in his prime. He has already played in an Western Conference final, and he has played in the NBA finals already. And that was last season.
Yeah, that was also my thought. Once I saw they're just coming off a finals appearance. What, what I just can I
It made no
still can't
sense.
really process it honestly.
Like, and I think a lot of people, it still doesn't make sense to why, and we still don't know why. Now, the what is it, the general manager? What is he like? I guess because I haven't really paid attention to the NBA
Yeah,
lately.
so initially I thought it was a Mark Cuban move,
Yeah,
but I actually found out that Mark Cuban's no longer the majority owner, so the Mavs
he's a
also have an
minority.
ownership. Yeah, so the
He
Mavs also
saw
have an ownership group. So
he
other outside people have some power in the Mavs organization. It's not just Mark Cuban. So it was probably
he sold like what 74, 70 something 70% of his shares, I believe. He sold most of it.
yeah, I'm sure he's still in the building, still has some input, he's just not
Yeah,
there as much or as hands on as he used
and
to be in years past.
what you just said, right? Mark Cuban in a podcast, like I think this last year, He said he would rather get divorced than trade Luka Doncic.
Like
So
I'm
keep
sure
that
he.
in mind. And I think there was a thing where he said that Mark Cuban like didn't even know about this, I think. Or was it that he didn't know or that like it wasn't his decision or something like that. Let me
I mean, Mark Cuban's a billionaire. I'm sure he definitely has a bunch of business ventures going on. So
uh
he definitely probably found out just like how we all found out. Like,
so
how
I
do you,
guess so
but
it said Chandler Parson texted Mark Cuban about the trade. I texted Mark, I said, I'm so confused. He wrote back, that makes two of us. So he also did not know. He said, I'm confused. He also didn't know.
yeah, so just like a little NBA insight, like I know years ago there was like a Chris Paul trade that David Stern vetoed. Had,
Hmm.
if Mark Cuban still had his majority ownership, most likely he probably could have vetoed this trade. So
Yeah.
he didn't really have his hands on the trade. It was mostly Dallas Mavericks GM Nico Harrison who ultimately pretty much pulled off this entire work.
Like this
And
was like a bomb. Like it literally, like apparently now they're saying that like I guess Luca has been coming to training camp and like the beginning of the season overweight. But I mean, this guy's was like over two, like what they saying that he's coming in camp like 270 something like that. He is
like,
still he's still dropping dimes. Like bro, he can be like 300 pounds and he's still dropping dimes. Like
I
he
mean,
is.
they're let's not say overweight. Their thing was like, I guess he's not in like playing shape. Like Luka, I remember like his rookie year, he was a little skinny, but like he kind of bulk up a little bit. But regardless of like what size he is,
He's a ball. Look at
like
Jokic.
the
Look
tape
at
don't
Jokic.
lie.
Look at Jokic, right? And like we just said, like regardless if he's overweight or not, he's been balling. Yes, defensively, he is not the best defensive player, obviously,
Hmm.
but he makes it up for his scoring. He averaged his worst season, like he's averaging what 25 points right now, I think, per game. Um, but he was shocked. LeBron was shocked. AD was shocked. Like this did
The
not get out
entire league
anywhere.
was shocked.
Like this did not get out. Now, like the Mavericks approached the Lakers, and then they were like, were like, were like, they were like, I think they would have said like, oh, like you guys want Luka or, and they were,
Yeah, I think
they were
yeah, I think
like,
Nico Harrison did say I forgot it was Nico Harrison and Rob Pelinka. They're both on the call or whatever, and they said somebody just brought up Luca, and one of them said, "Wait, hold on, what?" Like I
they
was
were,
shocked. Like as soon as he said his name, I was shocked. He even made this he even brought that up in the conversation.
and from what they literally the Mavs like, they only received AD, one first round pick, and I think it's like 2030 or something like that, and another player from the Lakers, right?
Max Christie,
Okay. And the first round pick from was like 2030 or 2031?
2029.
2029. Okay. Luca is at least worth like two or three, probably three first round picks.
I mean, I guess he kind of like I guess you could say
Three,
80s. I mean, I guess you could say 80 still has that value because he
but
was number one overall pick when he got
but
drafted
but
2012.
you're but they're getting almost a 31-year-old AD, injury prone. Yes,
That too.
he's been healthy last season. He's been playing like this season. You know the history of Anthony Davis. He gets hurt every single season, injury prone. You have you're basically giving away, from what I'm seeing, a 25-year-old, not even in his prime yet, an MVP candidate every single season away.
I'm
Like he was your face of your franchise. He was the guy that brought people into that building. He was the person selling the jersey, everything. Like
Like what a lot of people don't remember is that Dirk's final season for the Mavs was Luka's rookie season, and even Dirk, he saw from afar like, oh yeah, like he's gonna get the game. He already has, or he's gonna get the game figured out. It was kind of just like we saw it as kind of like a passing of the torch. Like Dirk's retiring, but the franchise is in Luka's hands now. He's the next coming, and in his 5 years there, like actually in his 7 years, I'm sorry, he has already established himself as the face of the franchise. Already took him to a
Exactly.
finals and everything.
Exactly. He's already been in the finals. He's played in the Western Conference Finals. Like, obviously, he did not win. He hasn't won a championship yet. But like something they just felt that they were not 100% sold on him, thinking that they could win with him. And what the was it the general manager said? Like he said, like this is we got AD because we think we can win now or in the next 3 years. They did not believe in Luka, and the worst part is like what kind of it kind of sucks on his point because he is not eligible for a max contract. He is losing the max contract was really like 300 million plus, and now he's like getting like he's getting like less than 100 million, something like that, 120 million or less. Like the Lakers can sign him for 5 years, but it'll be for 100 million something like less than what they would normally get for him. So the Lakers win in
Yeah,
the Lakers win in that perspective.
yeah.
They
So I got the thing right here. Doncic was in line to receive a 5 year, 345 million contract this summer, but because of the trade, he's no longer eligible for a supermax deal. And I knew he had been injured because the last time Luka actually played on the court was actually Christmas Day, but he injured his calf, and that was like that's kind of like been the hiatus he's on. He's just been like injured and rehabbing, and I think he was scheduled to return at least I think within this
February
week,
February 8th, yeah, February 8th, he's scheduled to return.
but it's not apparently it's not going to be a Mavericks uniform now.
And like a lot of Mavericks fans are very upset. Very upset. There was protests in by the arena. A lot of people unfollow them on social media. They are very upset.
That
They are not happy that they traded Luka Doncic.
Luka Doncic, he's an international superstar, so this news transcended like I'm sure just transcended all of Dallas, all of Texas, just
Like you
into all
don't
of America. Like
you don't trade your franchise guy. That's what the player that you drafted, like like the person that you homegrown, like I mean not homegrown, but like they drafted you, like you don't do that. Like
it's not that you don't do this, like absolutely nobody saw this coming.
I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, but look, like I think because of what I've seen, like a lot of like people talking about it, like the NBA is different than the NFL. The
Mm-hmm.
players run the league, and when they want out, they want out. Now, I guess they're saying like this was more of a message to the players and to everybody that like like that the owners run this shit now
I mean, I wouldn't
because
necessarily,
but
yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say that the NBA is more of a,
I mean
yeah,
player
it's a,
friendly league, but the factor that they were like, yeah, we're not gonna pay him like for eligible for the super max contract, so we were just gonna get rid of him before that. That could be potentially for other players in the future that could affect them. They'll be like, okay,
like, it's not
well
that,
they don't, you know what I mean? Like in the future,
yeah,
player another player is eligible for a super max contract, and then like you know what, we're not confident with him, so you know
like, yeah, it's not just
we're
like
gonna trade him.
a player driven league. It's like a star player driven league. Like Luka's a
Exactly.
5 star player. Like, if you want to compare cars, like this dude's a Ferrari. Like when he's on the court, he always has like some highlight real special play that just makes you just like lose your mind.
Like
But
yes, like you said, NBA is all player driven league. Like people go to games to go see the players. Like it's not like the NFL. The NFL has like different players. Obviously,
mhm,
you're gonna go see certain players, but they have more players, more stars everywhere. NBA just a player driven league, and for like you said, a superstar, a megastar, international star. Like to him to go to LA, like to me, the Lakers won this trade. Like
mhm.
they secure their franchise guy. And yes, he's gonna team up with Braun.
Like
Um,
that's what people were saying back when they acquired AD because he was younger and like LeBron, he just turned 40. Nobody knows how long. I mean, based on his play, it looks like he's not. He hasn't had any drop off, but nobody knows how long he's going to play.
Yeah,
Originally they looked at AD as the succession
the
plan,
guy
like the next one, like if Bron calls it quits, it's going to be his franchise. But now it's looking like if
is
Bron,
Lucas,
yeah, Bron never chooses to go away,
and
going to
like
kick it over to Luka.
I mean they're like there's like videos obviously with like him and Kobe, like I think I forgot which one, like before he passed away, like it was one game that he saw Luca, they were talking, so you know like I
Yeah,
said,
I
like
remember. Yeah, I remember that story told. He was playing. He was playing in LA, and he said he heard somebody cursing me out in Slovenia, and he looks over and sees like it's Kobe courtside with a smile on his face.
yeah, man, but it's just like I'm still in shock that they traded him away. Like I the first meeting, I literally, it's what, February 22nd or 25th or something like that. Literally the end of February, the Mavs take on the Lakers. And I think he I think he's gonna send a message that game. I think he's just gonna go all out. I think he's just like, you guys basically screwed me to get a Supermax contract. And he bought a house, a mansion in Dallas already. And over there, obviously the tax purpose, like tax, is tax free. State income tax. They don't have to pay anything. Now he's going to LA where he's got to pay that.
I mean,
They
I
basically
mean, I'm just
screwed,
saying.
but they screwed him and they screwed AD because AD also got a place in Los Angeles. Like he just bought a new home. So,
I think he
like I
might have
said,
been in the MVP conversation because he's. I think he had the last few games. I think he averaged like 40 and 20.
mhm. But
But
like this is still crazy. I still don't believe it. It's still in shock. Like I mean,
and
to
we're
all the
not.
Lakers,
We're only 3 days away from the trade deadline,
yeah,
so
yeah, and
more more things are going to come out.
Laker Nation, like you guys should be happy. I think you guys won the trade. Luka's gonna be an incredible player for you guys. I mean, I don't know where he's gonna learn from LeBron. He's gonna learn how to be like what they say. That I guess he's not professional enough. LeBron's gonna tell him like show him, talk to him, and maybe how to you know have that mindset of like, we gotta keep going. We gotta keep going. Because obviously there was like I guess a video surfacing where Luca, when they made it to the finals, like he's drinking a beer, and then
Uh, the
the GM
the
comes in,
yeah, the VP just took away the beer.
take away the beer, and Luca's like, what the heck? Like, so like, but this guy, like I said, man, he, no matter what, like he's been balling. Like this dude was like, if they say he's overweight, man, but that guy's still dropping like 30 points and still balling.
I mean, I just look at it from the like just a standpoint of like no matter what weight he is, like what what attracted Luke, what made Lucas so attractive for the NBA is like this dude is a prodigy. Like he's been like he was playing against grown men when he was a teenager, like when he was
Yeah,
13.
and
And
that's yeah.
it's still carried over to like the current day right now.
Yeah, like literally when I first like saw like heard about him when he was playing for Real Madrid, for the basketball league over there, and he was balling, and it transcended to the league, and he's, you know, the league is a little bit more easier because over there in the Euro League is a little bit more physical. Obviously, they have their atmosphere. The fans are kind of crazy over there. Um, but man, yeah, like I do feel,
Like 3 years into his career, people are already like giving him the nod. Like he will win an MVP eventually in this league. It's just a matter of when.
yeah,
But he just has all he's gifted in all areas. This dude
no,
can control a game. He had like a 70 point triple double. That's like unheard of in the NBA. So he's still ball dominant, but he it just goes to show he can still control the game in other areas and still be effective scoring wise. Like this dude is like it's just every time you watch him play.
yeah, man, it's Luka Magic. It's gonna be it's gonna be fun to watch him in the Lakers. We'll see what happens with the Mavericks too. I mean, they just got blown out literally by the Cavs the day after that trade happened. Um,
I'm pretty sure if they if they don't land a player at least if they don't land a all star player by the by the trade deadline, February 6th. I guarantee every home game it's just gonna be loud, nonstop boos.
Yeah.
That
Or
fan base is upset. They are not
or
happy.
or they will not, or they won't go to the games. They're like, you know what? Like we're not going to the games. Like, you know what I mean? They won't go to the games. But I mean, AD wanted a center, right? So I mean, he got Gafford in the interview that he had. They were like, "All right, we're gonna trade you. We're gonna get you Gafford." But yeah, man, I'm so shocked that that's happened. Like I said, this normally does not happen. But hey, man, Lakers fans, you got a guy. I think
I
you guys know
mean, the
y'all
GM's
won.
re the GM's reasoning for behind it all was they said I guess he wanted to build a more defensive team, and he said I believe that defense wins championships, but
Hey, Jason Kidd didn't look happy in that.
I
I don't think he was all on board with that. I don't think he wanted Luka to go. He does not look like he was agreeing with that trade.
Now, to be fair, during their finals run, I guess I remember when they were playing the Thunder in I want to say the Western Conference Finals. They kind of did have to like uptick the defense, and Luka didn't have to be that much of a scorer. But the Mavericks, they still have Kyrie Irving. They still have Klay
Which he could
Thompson,
be.
even though he still hasn't looked like his old splash brother Golden State still, but he's I know those injuries kind of like robbed him like what he could do defensively, but I think Klay there's sometimes he'll still get it going, but
I think he could be eligible for super max contract, right? Kyrie.
possibly, but
I mean, he's gonna want to get paid for him to stay.
like the Mavs, they've been up and down, even though Luka's been in and out of the lineup with his injuries, but they could be a good defensive team. It's just like one, and I definitely mean like number one, it will definitely come down to both Kyrie and AD's health because they both have a knack for being injury prone, and also they are injury prone in the playoffs too.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
don't
man.
know
But
about that.
yeah, but there's a lot of news happening. Like the trade deadline day is what, Thursday
Yeah,
or Wednesday?
February 6th.
Yeah, February 6th. So there's gonna be a lot of trades. We still don't know where Jimmy Butler is gonna go, with that whole situation.
I think for the mass, even just like get back in good graces with their fan base,
Try to get
you
Jimmy
got to.
Butler.
I think that's the only way to like. They lost over like 700,000 social media followers. Like that fan base is fucking pissed.
Like
Like
put it
you
to
got to
where
do something.
think about it. Like that's if like let's say like the Bengals traded Joe Burrow. Like that they wouldn't be happy. Like that's the guy. That's the guy. It's just like you don't do that. You do not do that. And like I said, fans are not happy, but Lakers fans are happy. But we'll see, with him and Braun how it's gonna work. I don't think they're a team that win now. But
Mhm.
future wise, the Lakers are good and they're gonna build around Luka Doncic. So it's looking good for the future. The Mavs did it to win now. And if they don't win now or in the next year or two, yeah, it's not gonna look good for them. What happens if AD gets hurt? I'm not hoping he gets hurt, but history shows that he normally gets hurt.
My main takeaway from all this is like I know people are like more enthralled with like the NFL, the drama, and the storylines, but I think the NBA just got like the crown back with this
Yeah.
one.
For now. Obviously the Super Bowl's coming back, but yeah, man, we just try to do a little NBA pod talk right now, but have an episode this week also talking about the Super Bowl. But man, yeah, we just wanted to talk about this Luka Doncic, um, Sham Sharania bomb. It's not a Woj bomb. It's Sham. Sham's already cooking. Sham's already his phone's blowing up like Woj. But yeah, man, it's been.
I think that tweet got 19 million views.
Jeez, yeah, nobody believed it. Everybody thought he got hacked, but yeah, man, we'll be back with another episode talk about the Super Bowl. But until then, peace.
Go Lakers, man. I don't know, man. This trade's still crazy.
All right,
Goodbye.
goodbye.